To walk the path along the Jurassic coast and look out over the Sid Valley is to see a landscape that feels completely pristine. Complete with historical Regency architecture, the region presents a static postcard of coastal beauty. But beneath that scenic surface, the local ecology is suffering from a state of ecological shock. Decades of development trapped wildlife in isolated pockets, leaving species unable to move, adapt, or migrate. This fragmentation directly threatens the human population. By degrading the wetlands in the upper valley, the land loses its ability to act as a climate sponge. When intense rainfall hits, the water can no longer be absorbed by the natural landscape, leaving the town center highly vulnerable to flash flooding. Protecting nature in fenced-off, isolated museum exhibits has failed. To survive, the region requires a dynamically connected, living system. The physical redesign of the UK landscape is driven by the 2010 Lawton Report. It established 4 simple rules for conservation. We need more protected sites. Those sites need to be bigger. They need better management, and they must be joined together. This map of the Sid Valley shows the geographical problem. We have isolated green patches of protected land, separated by vast stretches of gray, hostile territory. We start by identifying core areas, like the Knapp Nature Reserve and Pebblebed Heaths. These are the capital in nature's bank account, high-yield engine rooms where specialized species thrive and populations grow. Next, we map the corridors, a continuous 2-kilometer strip running north to south along the River Sid and the Bies physically bridges the gap between the rural hinterlands down to the sea. This riparian habitat, the transitional zone of land adjacent to the river, acts as a motorway. Sensitive animals like otters and kingfishers can use it to travel without crossing open, unprotected ground. Laying down these primary routes stops the landscape from functioning as a series of static holding pens, turning it into an active, flowing biological transit system. Primary routes require support infrastructure to survive. Sensitive habitats need a neutral blanket to soak up chemical, noise, and light pollution. The low-intensity pasture surrounding Combe Head Wood provides this exact buffer zone. Certain animals require specific conditions, like dark corridors for the greater horseshoe bat. A single bright LED street lamp acts as an impenetrable brick wall, completely blocking their flight path from maternity roosts to their hunting grounds. Then we map the restoration areas, nature's long-term construction sites. At the Bulverton Plantations, the Heaths to Sea project is converting 185 hectares of commercial conifer monoculture back into high-value wood pasture. They manage this through continuous cover forestry. By selectively thinning the forest instead of clear felling it all at once, they build a multi-generational canopy that avoids shocking the local ecosystem. Finally, mobile species like bees and birds rely on stepping stones to hop across the urban landscape. A single pollinator-friendly garden in the town center is enough to bridge the massive gap between Peak Hill and Salcombe Hill. True ecological resilience requires weaving these intricate support systems directly through human environments, rather than trying to build around them. This spatial rewiring is a statutory mandate. Under the Environment Act 2021 and the national 30 by 30 target, the UK is legally bound to protect 30% of its land for nature by 2030. To meet that target, new biodiversity net gain rules dictate that any developer must legally ensure they leave the local ecology 10% better than they found it. This forces a nature-first economy into existence. Every new construction project in the valley must actively fund and build the region's connective tissue. The ultimate purpose of this infrastructure is survival. As our climate warms, this network acts as an invisible ladder, an essential escape route, allowing trapped species to migrate north or uphill. Nature does not recognize property lines or garden fences. The valley is a single breathing organism, and its strength is determined by its smallest link. Which leaves one question: what will your own backyard contribute to the network?